are some things that can go wrong. If you have a diverse culture at school or in a job, it's not always perfect, okay? You are going to have communication issues, right? You have different culture, different language. Sometimes things will be misunderstood. It's inevitable. It's going to happen, okay? Have you had communication issues while being here already, right? Sometimes it's frustrating, sometimes you can get through it. What kind of communication issues do you have?
Because I used to work in a shop,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes
Here? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I have, because it was the beginning when I came to Taiwan, so
Yeah.
my Chinese is not that good yet. And my communication with my boss is a little bit hard. So sometimes I can understand what my boss wants, but sometimes I'm not sure what she's saying. So yeah, it's just hard.
Yeah.
So she's sometimes frustrated and I'm also frustrated,
Yeah.
and then we're like both confused, like how to talk
Yeah.
this out.
Sure.
And yeah.
Yeah. But think of it bigger. Think of a big company like Nike, and maybe Nike has some new idea they want to share with everybody. And they gotta think, okay, we have to share it with our Indonesian staff, our Taiwanese staff, our Korean staff. Everyone likes to be told in a different way, there's different language. So sometimes communication's not easy. It's going to happen. Okay? You will have cultural misunderstandings, right? I just put my hand on your shoulder, that's a cultural misunderstanding, I'm sorry. You're going to, if you have a big diverse culture in a company, there's going to be problems sometimes. And how do we solve those problems? We say sorry, say how can I do that better next time, and you move on. But you're gonna have problems, okay? I should tell you a story. If you guys have jobs already or not yet? Maybe a part-time job?
Maybe the people here.
Maybe some part-time job. When I worked for Nike, Nike works a lot with Taiwanese factories and Korean factories. There's a lot of Korean and Taiwan factories work together for Nike. They don't like each other. In the workspace, the Taiwanese and Koreans are always fighting because their style is completely different. Very, very different. You go to a Taiwanese factory, you know, the guy's wearing like a muscle shirt or a wife beater, we say. He's smoking, chewing binglong, wearing blue flip-flops, and that could be the Laoban. You don't know, right? That's a Taiwan style. And the Korean guys all wear shirts and ties, even the low-level managers. So when the Korean guys come to the factory, they have their shirt and tie, and they see some guy in a t-shirt, you know, and blue flip-flops spitting betel nut on the floor. They're like, what the hell is this? They might not even know it's the owner, the Laoban. And they say, why are you disrespecting us? And the Laoban says, it's whatever, I'm the Laoban, I can dress how I want. So that's what I'm talking about. You will have cultural misunderstandings, and those problems could explode. If you don't understand what's happening, they can be huge, 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 huge problems. Sometimes I had to get in the middle between the Koreans and the Taiwanese. Not easy. Because they just don't understand, right? Why is that guy dressed like that? I come here all the way from Korea, and I look very professional. We want to have a professional meeting. He shows up like this. The Taiwanese guy. Why you guys wear a suit and tie? We're just in a factory. It's not a big deal. They can't understand each other. All right. So if you have a culturally diverse company, this is going to happen. Okay. I have to tell you this story. Feng Tai is a very big factory. One of Nike's oldest partners. For 40, 50 years they've been together. Now, the Feng Tai owner, or the Feng Tai factory manager, very nice Taiwanese guy, but also a little bit proud. Every 1 or 2 years, Nike will take some of their VP, you know VP, vice president, very high level people, they will come to Taiwan and they go to the factory. They look at the shoes, they look at everything. They want to make sure everything is okay. These are very high level people. And the factory always have to give a presentation. This is what we're doing. This is how we are treating our employees. It's a very, very important presentation. But the guy from Feng Tai were like, hey, let us look at your presentation before you show the Nike people. Because there could be some misunderstanding. Oh no, shell case, no big deal. Our presentation's great, no problem. We're like, oh shit. Because we know there's going to be some kind of big problem. So these VP come over from America, 2 women, very powerful women at Nike, very, very high up in the company. And the Taiwanese guy starts doing his presentation. And Fengtai has some factories in India, in where I can't remember where they are, southern India somewhere.
Mumbai.
No, not Mumbai. But anyways, they're doing a really, really good job with these factories. They're educating women. They are having like kindergarten for the kids. They're teaching the kids English and stuff. Fengtai is doing an excellent job helping the culture of this small town in India. And that's the message that they wanted to tell the Nike people. But the message they put on the board, it had a little girl just standing in this picture, and it had some words. Work like a man, eat like a horse, dress like a little girl, something, something, something. I think they took it from Chinese and put it into English, right? And so he's like, okay, work like a man, eat like a horse, blah, 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 dress sexy or dress cute. I can't remember what it was. And when we saw it, we're like, oh no, don't show that. Because right away the women looked at it. They're like, stop. What is that? Why do you have a picture of a little girl in a short dress telling her to work like a man, eat like a horse? The VP from Nike almost canceled that factory. Misunderstanding. That's it. Because the factory does a really good job. They're very nice to women, they're nice to children, but their message was wrong. And that's what happens when you have cultural misunderstanding. The factory was almost, they were in big trouble. But it was nothing. But they were like, oh, what are you talking about? Just a poster of a girl. Okay? So you have to